Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Shooting Our Mouths Off, the podcast for James fans, by James fans. My name's Liam.
And my name's Laura.
So, for me, I've been a James fan avidly since about 2016 when I bought tickets for me mum for her 40th birthday in our hometown just near Newcastle. And ever since then, I've been completely hooked. How about you?
I would say it was about 2007, 2008. After school, I was cruising through the music channels and I found the video for Laid and just became obsessed from there. And it was a really good time to get into them, really, because they'd obviously just got back together.
Yeah.
And were about to release Haymar, so I didn't have to experience the split.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have got early memories of listening to James back when, probably the early noughties, when they were during the years when they weren't together, but hearing my mum playing them in the background, never really taking a lot of notice, but always knowing Sit Down, Laid, Come Home, knowing the classics.
Yeah, I guess when you saw them in Newcastle, it must have been quite nostalgia filled, I guess, if you've heard them like your whole life.
Yeah, it was, and it was because I'd never really paid much attention to them, and it wasn't until it was coming up to our birthday I was like, oh, I need to do something big. It's a special birthday. And when I was looking on Ticketmaster, like, oh, where can I go? What can I do? And I seen James, and it was like, oh my god, James, are they still going? Like, I didn't realise, because I'd only heard the classics. So booked them, and then we ended up actually going to album signing up in Newcastle, and that was actually the first time I actually seen them. And they did two songs from Girl at the End of the World. They did Girl at the End of the World and Nothing But Love. So that was my first actual meeting with James. And then a few months later going to the actual gig.
Oh wow, so you met them before you properly saw them, really?
Yeah, so I met them before I'd even seen them live, which was pretty bizarre. And it was actually on my 18th birthday as well that I went and met them.
God.
And got me Girl at the End of the World album signed.
Amazing.
And my mum got her 7-inch Sit Down signed. And Saul decided to have a go at us saying it was in terrible condition. Even though it was about 20 to 30 years old.
I think that just means it was well played.
I think that's what she said to him. She said to him, oh no, it's just well played. And I think he just went, fair enough.
I think it'd be a bit worrying if she had like a pristine version.
Yeah, well,
it'd be like, do you like this band?
We have got one pristine version that we've got online, and it's in immaculate condition and hasn't been played, but hers is, it's clearly been well loved. It's from the early 90s, so it's older than me.
I bet she loves it when you say that.
Yeah, she absolutely loves it when I remind her. But I think ever since those days, it's just what a ride it's been. Like, over nearly 70 gigs later.
Yeah.
Nearly 10 years for me of avidly going to gigs, and in a few weeks we're off to America.
It's crazy. I think, so that was 2016. That was the year that I started going quite often. Because my first one was V-Fest in 2013, I think it was.
Right.
And I only really knew the hits. And I just remember getting there and being in this sea of people. All my friends had gone to see somebody from X Factor. I can't remember who. And I went by myself, and it was just phenomenal. It was like life-changing.
Yeah.
And then I saw them like once in 2014, once in 2015, and then just decided to be excessive from 2016 and met you a few years later.
Yeah, well, we met... Was it technically Times Square? Did we meet then? Briefly?
Yeah, technically. We're on all the photos together.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, we didn't speak, but...
No, we're definitely there. I think that was the first gig we attended together.
Yeah.
I think we probably first met Royal Albert Hall properly.
I think Royal Albert Hall.
During the Living in Extraordinary Times tour, when they did the two sets, the acoustic set and then the electric set.
That was phenomenal.
That is something I would love for them to do again. I suppose they're kind of doing that for America. Except obviously they're doing the Laid stuff, and then they're going to do...
Because they've not got support.
No, so they are
sort of doing
and
that.
They've pretty much said they're going to be doing like the two sets, because they've got a lot to get through. They're doing a full Laid album, and then some deep cuts and B-sides and singles and other wild things that we don't know what's to come yet.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing about them. It's not just the same tour
you
over
never
and
know
over.
What to expect. Like, when you look at last year's tour, it was very, obviously, Yummy heavy, following that number one album. But then this year, we've had some oldies back. So, like, Leviathans came back, Heads came back.
Yeah, a couple from Living in Extraordinary Times.
And then attentions came back from Girl at the End of the World, which has been great.
B-sides as well. We've had All Good Boys.
Oh, it's always good to see All Good Boys.
But I think it's been a while since we had that, hasn't it? Can't remember the last time.
With All Good Boys, I think it seems to they play it a couple of times every tour,
Yeah.
but only a few times. Because I remember it was played last year briefly.
Was it played last year?
I'd have to check one of the three, but I'm sure we heard it last year a little bit. It does seem to be one of those songs that it's as if, because we know Saul absolutely adores that song, so it's as if every so often he gets his own way.
He petitions for it.
He petitions for it. He gets to play it, and then we don't hear it for ages.
No.
But I kind of like that because I don't want to. You love the song so much, you don't want to hear it too much.
No, you can. I think artists can overplay things.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I think, as much as I love a lot of James' music, sometimes you do feel that you're hearing it too much. Which is why things, when you hear All Good Boys maybe once or twice a tour, especially when we go to as many gigs as we do, I mean, we're up to 12 or 13 now this year.
Yeah, I think, 12. I think we're finishing the year on about 18.
I think it's about 18 or 19, yeah. Which is bizarre. If you'd have told me 10 years ago that I would be seeing James nearly 20 times a year.
No, stood in the middle of that field at V-Fest. Like, I had no idea that...
Or for me, stood at that signing in Newcastle. It's just bizarre. And even, like, knowing that if I told myself 10 years ago, oh, you're going to be running the James Fan Zone, you're going to be travelling, like, around Europe with them and then going over to America, I don't think I'd have believed myself.
No.
Knowing that that's what I would be doing.
No.
It's just absolutely bizarre.
It's brilliant, though. Like, Fan Zone is such a amazing community.
Oh, it's lovely. It's everyone gets on, everyone helps each other out. Tickets, whether it's like getting merch, especially for a lot of the American fans who see us in all the new merch and they can't get it as much. So it's nice when people are saying, "Oh, tell us what you want, and I'll get it for you, and I'll send it over to you." It's just really nice to see.
Yeah, and then people do it like vice versa as well, don't they?
Well, of course, yeah. So obviously last year
brilliant.
I wasn't able to make the American tour, but I really wanted the t-shirt. So obviously you kindly got us the tour t-shirt, and another fan very kindly sent us a VIP gift t-shirt, which was amazing, because otherwise I wouldn't have got them.
Yeah, I think, obviously, like, we go and see quite a lot of bands.
Yeah.
None as much as James.
Oh, no.
Obviously.
There's no bands comes close to what I've seen James.
I don't think anyone's finances stretch to that. But community-wise...
I don't know how they do, to be honest.
I don't think I've seen a fandom like James's.
No, and I mean, obviously we're both absolutely adore, like, Johnny Marr and other bands, but the fandom is just so different. Both fandoms have got a love for the artist.
Yeah.
That's clear. But James is different. James's music seems to do something that captivates the audience in a way that just no other band can do, that I've noticed.
It's like a lot of bands you go and see and they just play the music.
Yeah.
With James, there seems to be this experience that goes with that.
James is an experience.
Yeah.
Because you never know what you're going to get.
And I think the band, like, all of the fans get that.
Yeah.
All the bands get that.
And that's what's so good about, obviously, they change the set list every night, they change the set list during the set. Like, you just nothing's set in stone.
No.
They are the most unpredictable band ever. You can't predict what they're going to do.
And people like that, because life's unpredictable.
Well, yeah, of course. And who wants to go and see the same set list every night?
Yeah.
And for what us is going to be 20 times this year, who wants to see the same thing 20 times?
A really polished set list where nothing changes. The artist is saying the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just...
Like, I know other bands I've seen, you keep an eye on the set list, you want to know what's coming, and you see it every night popping up, and it's like, they did that last night, they did that last night.
Yeah.
Which is great, especially if it's a good band, but you want something different, you want a new experience every day. And I think as a band, that's what James want as well. They don't want to be doing the exact same thing. They don't want to put on, like, a performance that's so structured. They want to just go wild and do what they want to do.
It must be quite boring as well for them if they were to just...
Yeah, well, it would get boring. Like,
just do
fair enough, obviously
average set.
They're doing pretty much, like, a list. They've got a batch of songs that they always know. James have got, 400 songs, if not more?
Yeah.
They can't know them all. So they've always got a batch of about 100 that they can get up and play straight away. So it's good that they can just pick one out the bag and just say, oh, we're going to play this tonight.
Yeah.
Like We're All Good Boys. They'll randomly just pull that out the bag.
Yeah, and obviously this summer, because North America's coming up and they're playing Laid in Full,
Yeah.
we're having the occasional Laid track,
Well, yeah, so far
which is amazing.
We've had 5-0, Out to Get You,
PS.
PS,
Dream From in
Dream
Spain.
From.
We got Dream From.
That was, I wasn't expecting that.
No.
And for me, that was quite nostalgic because Dream From was the first ever James song I heard like live at a gig, and they actually opened with it, which was bizarre.
That's
It
a really unexpected opening song, I think.
It took me about 20 seconds to work it out, and I was listening thinking, no, they're not doing that. And then when they really started to like get into it, because it's quite a slow, soft sort of opening, and I was like, oh my god, they're playing Dream From.
It's a brave song to open a festival with.
I don't think they've played Dream From in a while, and for a festival, that was a bizarre one.
And they weren't headlining either.
No, and for a festival outside of the UK as well.
Yeah, in Spain.
And it's not one of their more known songs. One of the best. But no, it was a bizarre one to start on.
No, but it's not one that you'd see like come up on a pub jukebox or something.
No, of course.
Or you'd expect to hear. I think when you told me that story a few weeks ago, I went on Setlist FM and had a look at my first set list, and they opened with Oh My Heart.
Oh wow. I bet that was
Which is amazing. I mean, I don't think I really knew how great that was at the time.
Yeah.
Because I only really knew the hits. But now I look back and think I would love that again.
Oh.
I mean, to have some more of Hey Ma.
What is quite disappointing is they don't play a lot of Hey Ma these days.
No, they don't.
I don't think I've heard any.
We had I Want to Go Home.
I Want to Go Home. I've heard that
recently this year.
Was that a sound check, wasn't it, in Edinburgh?
And I think they played it in Halifax at the Peace Hall as well. That was beautiful.
I kind of think that's going to be one of the deep cuts for America.
Yeah.
Because it is quite a deep song.
And in small venues as well.
It's an intimate song.
Yeah.
Like a lot of James songs where there's certain venues that James songs don't work in.
Yeah, because that worked better at the warm-up show in Edinburgh than it did at the
Peace
Hall.
It was just them practicing.
Yeah.
But I think it went well at the Peace Hall
as well. Oh, yeah, it went well.
Because that is an intimate venue.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous venue, isn't it?
But I don't think that's the sort of song that would really work in an arena.
No, probably not.
But whereas a nice quiet sort of like the Peace Hall or places like the Royal Albert Hall, like those intimate venues, those sort of deeper songs do work better.
Yeah.
But we'll see what America brings, because it's going to be songs like that I think we'll get looking at the venues that we've got coming up.
Yeah, they are nice and intimate venues. I mean, they're bigger than the venues that they played last year. Yeah. Obviously, that was co-headlining with Johnny Marr, so that was two lots of fans.
Yeah, and I suppose that's going to be, obviously, this is one of the first times James have headlined America on their own.
Yeah, I think it's quite a while, isn't it, since they have.
Obviously, last year was with a co-headline with Johnny Marr. Before that, in 2019, was with the Psychedelic Furs. So it's the first time James fans have had James all to themselves in possibly since they got back together.
Yeah, probably.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. But North America is like very important to them, so it's great that they're going out. I mean, this is the album that
made them in America.
I think
that's why it's obviously, I know a lot of the UK fans are very jealous, and rightly so.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic album, but if it wasn't for the late album, James wouldn't have made it in America.
No, because that's what allowed them to tour, because I think they toured several times in '94.
Yeah.
After the success of Laid.
It just went mad over there. No, really, really good looking forward. I can't believe it's less than 4 weeks. For us, anyway, they're going. The band's set off next week. And obviously, then we join from Denver, Boulder. Yeah.
Which is why we've launched the podcast at this time, so we can get covering it when we're over there.
Of course, and obviously, this is a podcast we've been planning for about a year now, and I don't know what took us so long, really, but
I think trying to condense it a little bit, because there's so many topics that we want to cover that we can cover.
And we didn't want to go into it too fast. We wanted to kind of really sit down and talk and plan what topics we wanted to cover. So across this podcast, we are going to be obviously talking about albums, B-sides, tours we've been on, gigs we've been to, highlights of just all round James, and also some interviews, hopefully.
Yeah.
Chatting with people who are connected to James and across the board, and hopefully connect some fans as well and get different fans' opinions on what James means to them.
It'd be great to get some fans on. But yeah, the amount of different interests and topics associated with James. I mean, you've got 9 very unique members.
Yeah, and they all bring something very different to the band.
Yeah.
Like take, obviously, like Tim. Tim is obviously lead singer. He is the face of it all, but the things he's got on the side as well, the different things that he does, all his holistic stuff.
Yeah, he's trained in voice dialogue therapy as well, which is really interesting.
Yeah, and that's definitely stuff that I definitely would want to know more, and I think people listening would probably want to know more about what that means.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you've got, obviously, Andy Diagram, trumpet and backing vocals, who's got his band Spaceheads, which is a completely different kettle of fish compared to what the rest of the band do. It's a very different style of music. It's very, what's the word?
It's very eclectic, isn't
it? Yeah, but you can hear a lot of what he does in some of the James songs. Sometimes when he does
with
his
trumpet
effects,
solos, yeah,
and the effects that he does, making the trumpets sound like different things,
like heads.
Yeah, heads. The
noises that come out of that trumpet during heads.
It sounds almost like a foghorn. Like it's a really deep sound, and it's his trumpet mixed with Adrian's cello, like blended together.
It's incredible.
Into this almost like a war horn, almost.
You would just assume that it was an effect coming from like Mark's keyboard. You would not think that that was 2 instruments being played live.
No, absolutely not. You wouldn't.
But if you watch him closely, you can see him doing the effects for the trumpet, and it's really interesting.
And then you've got Chloe, who's got another band called Pure Reason Revolution. And I've not really listened to much to them, but I know they're going on tour next year, and I definitely want to catch up with them and see what they do.
She left, obviously, because she's so busy with James, and it's an anniversary album. I think it's in February, and they're doing a few UK dates, and she's joining just for these anniversary shows. So that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, that's going to be brilliant to do. And it'll be weird, but you don't think it'll be weird seeing Chloe in a different band?
Very strange.
I mean, it's a bit bizarre when we see Andy as Spaceheads, but I don't know, you just don't think about it, really.
It's different venues as well. I mean, especially in the UK, James are an arena band.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And they're a big venue band.
Yeah, they're a big venue band over here.
And when you see them in these small, like, intimate events, like really small and intimate, like the Carlton Club where we go and see Spaceheads, it's tiny.
Yeah, I think Pure Reason Revolution are playing Manchester Academy.
Well, that's a fairly big venue, but for James, that would be minuscule. You couldn't.
Oh yeah.
I think you'd struggle getting James into there these days.
Yeah.
The following they've got. I mean, you could get them on the stage, but you'd barely get any fans in.
No, I remember they played, I think it was the Girl at the End of the World album launch shows, and they did one in the Academy too.
Yeah.
And I think Jim pushed for them to play there because he used to sneak in.
Right.
For gigs. And tickets got snapped up so quickly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with James, and obviously for me in Newcastle, James used to do the City Hall, but now they're doing arenas. They can't fit into the City Hall. And the City Halls, I think it's about 2,000 capacity. It's not a lot.
No, they can't do that anymore.
Whereas now they're selling out arenas of 10 to 20,000 people.
Yeah, it's amazing to think really how much bigger they've gone since we started listening to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when I think about places where I saw them in 2016 and who I saw them support,
yeah,
and I think back and think that would never happen now.
No, it wouldn't. It's just bizarre that after 40 years, they're now at that peak.
Yeah, they're still evolving, and that's crazy.
Most bands, by this sort of point, they're on the downward. They've got their core fans left, but James are attracting new fans.
Yeah,
every day, and I think that's the good thing with James doing festivals and summer sessions is people are going for maybe other bands and seeing James, and they're getting hooked, which is brilliant. That's still attracting new minds and younger like when we think we're the youngest of fans and we're not.
No, I think we used to be.
We used to be,
But we've sort of grown with
but
them.
then you go to gigs and there's young fans there, and it's like, oh my god, that's still attracting. They're getting another generation's coming in.
Yeah.
And that's even like not even like younger people who are going with their parents. Like it's young people are finding them off their own backs and falling in love with them just like we did.
And they don't seem to be snobby at all about like where they play. Like
No,
I
they'll
think
play anywhere.
Yeah, a lot of bands of their calibre would sort of stick the nose up at supporting somebody, but they've just done all of those support slots with Catfish and the Bottommen.
Yeah, and that was really good because
I mean, it's so much exposure for them. It's a totally different audience.
Completely. Obviously, we went to one of those gigs and it was a very different audience. Like completely different to what a normal James audience would be. But you could see the crowd kind of like hearing the hits and like, oh my god, that's James! Like I know that song, and joining in and getting involved in the gig.
Because I remember what was really interesting at the one that we did was when they played Heads.
Yeah.
Which it started and we thought, oh, what a strange setlist choice.
Because it only did about 10 songs.
Yeah, on a Friday night with all of these like people that don't know you.
Yeah, it was.
And the reaction was electric.
Yeah, like, especially that like the start where
with the clapping.
The clapping. The whole crowd you could just see, because we were at the back, you could see all the hands up clapping, and that was like, you people don't know this song.
No, it's not a single.
It's not a single. It's not a song that a non-James fan would know. But
no, not
you've
at
all got involved.
Well, they're so good at winning a crowd over.
Oh, they can win a crowd over.
Like they could support anyone.
To do that, to be able to just captivate an audience who don't know you, and you don't really know them. That's a talent.
It's a talent.
That's something you don't see every day. Or you don't see with most bands, really.
Yeah, and they're not scared. They don't go on stage as a support act.
No.
Or if they're not headlining a festival and there's like a few people after them, they don't go on as an afternoon act. No. They go on as if it's their stage, their headlining.
They make it their own.
Yeah,
They're not
absolutely.
afraid to show the crowd who they are and what they're made of.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to show off their back catalogue. Like thrown in like an obscurity. They're not afraid to do that.
No, and that's brilliant. There's not many bands that would do that.
Very few, to be honest. I don't think I know any bands that would.
So obviously we've titled the podcast Shooting Our Mouths Off.
Yeah, obviously.
It just seemed perfectly appropriate.
It seemed really appropriate, and obviously it's a little nod to a James song, obviously Shooting My Mouth Off.
Yeah.
And that's what it's meant to be all about, this podcast. It's for us and for fans who come on and guests just to come on and say what they want. This podcast isn't going to be all about James. It's going to be connections with James. So it might be we talk to people about gigs where it's been other bands involved, like festivals, or it might be about previous tours where they've done like a co-headline, like with Johnny Marr. Basically, shoot your mouth off.
Yeah.
Talk about what you want, and have a nice time. Talk about music. Talk about anything.
Exactly that. If you're interested in coming on, then please feel free to give us a shout. We obviously want to expand it out to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can definitely find us on our socials. So we are on Instagram, Facebook, X, and then you can listen to us. Obviously, you're listening to us right now, but you can also listen to us on Apple Music, Spotify Music, and
anywhere else that you could get your podcasts. It'll all be listed in our bio.
But absolutely. So thank you very much for listening to the first ever episode of Shooting Our Mouths Off.
We'll see you for episode 2.